Are you tired of playing the same old District Union Legendary Stronghold week after week? That's about to change because there's a way to complete this Legendary Stronghold that makes it faster, easier, and a lot more fun. You will feel like you're playing a different version of the District Union Stronghold. Up next is the mission briefing for this week's Mission Impossible Challenge. Completing the District Union Arena backwards will be part of the challenge, so stick around after and I'll walk you through the details and the recommended builds. Also, if you want to see more of these types of videos, give this one a like right now. Comment at my challenge and consider subscribing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning, Agent. Your mission this week, should you choose to accept it, involves capturing the District Union Arena Legendary Stronghold. But this time, you're going to play it backwards. Further instructions will be provided after this briefing. Agent, remember, not just any build will work. Build recommendations will be provided for you. To complete this mission, use any weapon and skill you want. You must complete each phase of the mission from the designated fight zones. As always, if you or any member of your force be killed or captured, the division will disavow all knowledge of your actions. And Agent, if this happens, you're going to have to start all over. It is essential that you recruit at least one agent crazy enough to complete this mission with you. Rendezvous at Tux's Discord to check in using codename MIDUA. You can also do the same on Tux's Twitter. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Okay, build first, then I will show you the designated fight zones to complete the District Union Arena backwards. When you do this challenge, you might need to refer back to this video. So I will add bookmarks with timestamps in the description so you can jump to each checkpoint easily. A lot of builds work for this challenge, but keep in mind many times it will be up close and personal with legendary chungas and elites. So I recommend there be active turrets to take some aggro for the team. Whether you do this duo or with a full group, 1 to 2 hybrid skill builds will come in very handy. During this gameplay, you will see me using 2 different builds. The first build I recommend is this fast time to kill skill hybrid build tailored to the capacitor's strengths. It does extremely well against the White Tusk, their tanks, warhounds, and the chungas. It cuts them down in no time. I'm using it here in the first checkpoint. I am not going to walk you through the entire build in this video since I just released this build a couple of days ago. I'll drop a link here and in the description area below. When you first start, you will need to take out the enemies guarding the gate. Focus on the tanks, engineers, and the yellow grenadier. When they're out of the way, you need to move to the first designated fight zone, which is the helicopter drop site. This will probably be the hardest part of the entire mission because timing is critical. You're challenged with getting there at least by the time the first helicopter arrives, then sticking it out until the second helicopter comes and the 2 chungas are dead. Here's a tip. Don't kill the purple veteran grenadier until you're ready for the first helicopter to arrive. And start making your way to the helicopter drop-off site before all NPCs are eliminated. It is common to have 2 to 3 NPCs alive when you're on the move. That purple grenadier is usually one of them. Hey, if you're looking to play the Division 2 in new and exciting ways, this is the right channel. Join my Discord for more action and consider becoming a member of Tux's Players Club. It's only $1. Don't miss out. Hit the join button below to get started. Also, if you dig what I'm putting down, I'd appreciate the like, comment, and a subscribe. This helps me help you, and I have lots more where this came from. Here's the second recommended build you see me using throughout this challenge. This is the ultimate wingman build. It's simply amazing because it gives your allies at least 1.2 million bonus armor on demand every 25 seconds. It also gives them 28% more weapon damage and 8% protection from elites and non-elites, armor regen, and heals when they take damage. It's not a shield build, but it equips a very strong bulwark to pick up allies when they need it, or to stop flanks. For part 2, the designated fight zone is in the very back right, near the entrance to the next checkpoint. You see me giving my team bonus armor for the jog over as a teammate hits the NPCs with a Banshee Pulse. We also drop a decoy on the jog over. This all was a good combo, but 2 decoys will also work if you don't have these build setups. Once you get to this bar, set up your skills. Note the Tusk jumps in your cover sometimes, but don't panic if they do. Focus fire and they won't last. You need to protect the side window and of course everyone who comes at you directly. If you didn't know, classified builds are secret builds made just for Tux's Players Club True and Hardcore Bandido member levels. If you want to tap into these, you can get access today by clicking the join button that's just below this video. Make sure you select at least a True Bandido member level. Part 3 is sort of fun. It's not too different than part 2. It's important you toss a decoy over the fence before you open the gate if you're going to use that skill. That's how I usually do it. This time an ally charged up his Banshee while another opened the gate. He pulsed them as we went through. I popped everyone some bonus armor for the jog over. Stay in a tight group. Stragglers will get tagged. When you make it to the hospital beds, you want to stay behind the long side of the bed where I am now, not on the short sides. That's because when the second wave comes, they can shoot you through the glass from the surgery room and they will get you if you're not behind this cover. You can also shoot them back through that glass, by the way. You're gonna take out 2 warhounds next. Then for this section, you're gonna sprint all the way to the back by their spawn door and set up camp. To get there, use any of the methods you've seen us use so far. A decoy or the Banshee works just fine. When you get to the back, be sure to get rid of any exploding gas tanks. There are 4 or 5 that can kill you when you're in cover. Take a quick second to knock them out. I like putting my turret facing the spawn door to pick up the aggro. It's all pretty easy from there. Just use your cover and be mindful on the timing of the spawns. For this quick section, there is no backwards. Just fight from inside the room. I live stream for Tux's Players Club members on Thursdays, and I do late nights live with Tux streams on Saturdays for the entire community. This is where Division 2 enthusiasts gather to exchange some great knowledge nuggets. You should be there. If you can't make it, the replays are hosted on my channel. For this part, you're gonna head into the room. Go straight and past the first partition where you usually fight from. You are going to fight from the partition farthest out on the left. There's great cover here and line of sight on the spawn door. As usual, look out for the grenadiers. This is where your team and builds will be put to the test. You can't really go to the back because there is no usable cover. So for this part, the designated fight zone is inside the room. To improve your odds, really try to get rid of the first wave as fast as possible. It's hard to prevent the healing stations from dropping because the techs drop it near their spawn. So you need to focus fire on the chungas and break their chains to slow their advance. This is going to be a real challenge, so make sure you have the right setup. My frontline guy, in case you wanted to know, is wearing the game over build. So he has the tech to take aggro, the regen to take damage, and the power to deal it back. I am buffing everybody with the wingman damage bonuses, and the Scorpio is slowing the chungas down a bit with the disruption effects. If your team has a DPS, you should be able to hold your ground here. This part isn't too bad. Just go straight into the sectioned off area directly across from the entryway. There is good cover back there and you should clear it all in a few minutes. If you want to experience the Division 2 in new and exciting ways like you see here, you need to hook up with like-minded peeps. And the Tux clans are popping thanks to some great leaders and banditos. If you want to get involved, head over to my Discord. We thought about the mall for a bit and it all pretty much seemed the same. Fight it from the 3rd floor as you usually do, but I'd love to hear suggestions on this area if you have them. I didn't get the jog over recorded for this part unfortunately, but it was no different than you saw before. A Banshee or decoy does the trick. There's plenty of cover in the back near the next checkpoint entry door. There are 2 large Sierra trucks and a pallet of boxes to use as cover. I recommend your team uses all of them to spread out, but stay near each other at the same time. We didn't do a great job here because we got separated. The wingman build helped get us back on track though. The garage will be your second team test. This part is no doubt difficult. Your designated fight zone will be front, middle, left. There's a makeshift wall made out of stacked supply crates. These actually make great cover. You also have a direct line of sight to both spawn doors. In our approach, we split the team, which isn't ideal. To do it better than we did, put 2 turrets facing forward at the spawn door, with 2 more turrets facing right center of the room, then spread out within the sectioned off area to prevent enemy intrusion and to prevent all being taken out by a rogue grenade. Fighting aggro requires you move around a lot to avoid his pulse, so we just push through this section as usual. When we normally run DUA, we're often on autopilot because we've done it so many times. It has become second nature, but running it backwards, we were more engaged, discussed strategy before we entered each room, communicated more, and thought through our builds along the way. This is the Division 2 experience we're all looking for, the one we had when new content dropped. It's this type of gameplay that makes the Division 2 special. Tank and healer support builds are a lot of fun. The wingman is above and beyond. With it, your team can go all in on power because you carry all their defense for them. But it's so much more than that. You need this build. Try it next. Tuxedo out.